keyword explanation to the best of my ability. I've had a few people ask exactly why it matters and how it matters. Compared to other video games, it's really important that you pay attention to your gear and your abilities. It's not like most games where you throw on the gear and it has a drastic effect right then and there. If you don't know what you're doing, you'll equip the wrong thing and you're not going to get the same bang for your buck. Alright, so I'll begin. The paper doll, that's what this looks like. That's all your equipment and everything. So I'm going to do that. I'm going to take everything off so we can watch it on the character sheet as it all goes around and everything. Alright. We're going to bring up our feet map. We're going to take all this stuff off. Alright. Even the things that don't have to deal with keywords, just so I can go over all of this. I don't care about the utilities or potions. I'll do that another day. Alright. So I'm going to start with armor because it's one of the most important and it's one of the easiest to get you to understand how the keywords work, and it has an immediate effect. So that's kind of nice. So I'm going to bring up a character sheet and put the character sheet, yeah, right there is fine until I go over spells. Alright, I have paper doll, I have feats. Alright, first things first, a feat is an ability. We'll just knock that out of the way. Alright, so this is my armor feat. I take it from the feat bar after I train it, and I put it over there. Immediately, you'll notice my physical resistance goes up to 7. Take it off, back down to 0, it goes up. That's because the feat has a slotted effect, physical resistance plus 7. Alright. And now it has armor keywords, that nifty little thing right there. It says clothing, inscribed, and intricate. Okay. So what exactly does that mean? Well, for each keyword that I have, I get extra things. Look at hit points plus 25, fortitude defense bonus plus 1, reflex defense bonus plus 2, will defense bonus plus 2, burning recovery bonus. You get the point. There's a whole paragraph there of stuff that I get, and I get them per keyword that I have. So let's open up my inventory. Look at these robes. These are rune spun robes plus 1. They're tier 1 clothing. Game just came out. Give me a break. Alright. So it's plus 1. That means it has clothing and inscribed. You see that because it's at the bottom. It says grants keywords based on upgrade. It grants keywords at all upgrades organic, but I don't actually know how that's used. So I've never seen organic on anything. So I'm just going to assume it's part of the system. Alright. I throw my robes on. Look at all those stats. I have stuff now. I get 4 in most of my resistances. I have a reflex and a fort save. Let me take my armor back off. Oh, there's 0. I quit my armor. Goes up to 54 and 52. Say hello to my roommate. He's cranky. Alright. Alright. Now, my armor feat is getting these bonuses, giving them to me based on the equipment I actually have equipped. So there's no stats. The rune-spun robes don't have plus 10 dex or plus 5 strength, but they don't need it. They have those keywords. And then I actually train my armor feat up. So my armor feat is level 4. I'll go over here. I'll move my mouse around a little bit if you can see it. Alright. So my armor feat's level 4. It grants more keywords. It's level 4. It actually has more keywords that it can use than my armor currently has. If this was plus 2 robes, I'd have intricate and I'd have even more keywords that are binding across the feet. You see what I'm saying? So having the armor feat there plus the robes with the matching and corresponding keywords means I get better bonuses. If I was wearing armor that didn't have clothing and inscribed, it wouldn't do anything for my armor feat, and I would just get a plus 7 physical bonus, which is not that nice. As a wizard, you want all your defenses. Alright, let's go over to feature. This one's going to be a little bit harder to explain, because it's the only one that's not direct. Alright, so open up my inventory again. I'm going to have to just leave it somewhere. Alright. So this is the feature that I have right now. It's not the feature that I want. Goblin Works, if you ever see this, I would love to have the Necromancer feature actually have a slotted effect. And maybe some more keywords attached to it. 2. Like to see maybe 4. I don't know. Maybe cold, necromancy, cold, kind of go hand in hand. Alright, but I'm going to take Evoker. I'm going to put it over here. Now, same as the armor feat, it's got a slot effect, which is burning, slowed, oblivious, and all that happens at a degree of 9, which means it applies 9 stacks on a critical hit. So it's kind of cool. Slot effect's nice, but it says implement keywords fire, cold, force, and apprentice. Well, what item syncs up with my feature bonus? Well, that's where it gets difficult. Unlike armor, where it was just a single item, this one's kind of different. Alright, I equip my spellbook, and all it does is it gives me the ability to house some spells. Unfortunately, I don't have a spell to throw on there right now, because the only one I have is level 4, and it takes 3,000 something experience to learn. It's Innervation, a necromancy spell. Need that necromancy feature. But for the sake of it, we'll pretend a little bit. So I have the wizard feature. I have my spell book. Let's say I had a fireball spell in there. Obviously, that is a fire spell, so it has the fire keyword. They match up across my feature and the spell itself, and lo and behold, the spell is going to be more effective. Alright. So, I feel like we knocked that one out kind of easy, actually. Alright, next. These are your primary abilities. They're called cantrips. It's the bottom row. If you're ever watching my stream, I'm going to call these first 3 abilities the primary cantrips, and I'm going to call these the secondary. I'll call them some other things as well. I'll call them exploits, so on and so forth, but normally it's primary and secondary abilities, or cheap and expensive abilities. So, I'm going to take this staff. Let's pay attention to the staff. It's a +1 staff, and it has the keywords arcane and volatile. Now, these feats that you see that I'm now dragging off, and I'm going to forget what order they go in, and I'm going to get really mad at myself when I forget which ones I'm using. I go back to my little feat menu. I'm going to go to active feats this time. No more passive stuff. And it's only going to show you right here for the weapon you have equipped. See, I could go grab a wand, and it's just, it's not going to show me anything. I think I have 1 wand spell memorized, so it's kind of bad. Alright, so I kind of want spells that match up exactly to the keywords I have. I have arcane and volatile since it's a +1 staff. Means I'm going to scroll over here. I'm going to find Arctic Winds. It has a stamina cost of 56, so it's probably a secondary spell. Let's throw it over here. Or an exploit. Bam. It's an AoE. I'm going to go over AoEs in the next video. They're dangerous right now. You got to be careful with them. Alright. So it has arcane and volatile. 2 keywords. They match up. That spell is now more effective. That's all it is. You find the weapon you want to use, you equipped it, you train feats that have the keywords for the weapon you're using, and you're going to do better. Now, what happens when I use keywords that don't match up perfect? I do that all the time. This is one of my favorite spells right here, Searing Armor and Shardstorm. Shardstorm matches up, arcane and volatile. Searing Armor doesn't. But I'm still going to get some bang for my buck because it does have 1 keyword that matches up, arcane. So there is, some kind of go-between. But what about a spell that doesn't have any? I don't think I have one right now that doesn't have any keywords that match up. So they're all going to get some minor effect. I don't even think you can have a weapon that don't match on keywords. But let's say it's feasible. I think it just means the spell is going to be near useless. And that's just theory crafting the possibility that you can have a spell that doesn't have any matching keywords on a weapon. Because I think the first keyword is the weapon itself, arcane. So, as you can see, you can get those spells. They're going to work. But this spell is going to be more effective to use for that staff. Especially if that staff was plus 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. If it was plus 5, it would have the explosive keyword. Actually, I'm going to assume that would be a tier 2 staff at plus 3, maybe. Not sure on the tier 2 gear yet. When I get there, I'll update my video, hopefully. So it would be a lot better at that point because it would have 2 keywords over this one, which would only have 1, 2, 3. So hopefully that explains keywords, how they work, and why they're important to your Pathfinder Online character. Alright, I think that's all. See you guys next time.